Today's class is on the visible and the invisible. It's about expansion, elaboration, and essence. Focus. The soul is a tiny point of light, conscious light, okay? Living life energy. When the soul and the body are combined, we have a human being. The human and the being, the point of life, the soul. Okay? So, as I said just a minute ago, this lesson is about expansion, detail, and essence. So, world history, geography, past, present, and future, this is all expansion. And we souls are included within a tapestry, a network of religion, culture, and beliefs, and ideologies, theories that we created. And we are motivated to defend and act out. It's all expansion. But the essence, we can see beyond religio-cultural differences. You can see it with you. If you have empathy, if you have the third eye. These two eyes can be deceived, but the third eye goes, I'm perceiving something here, something special. What's that? What's behind this? That's the third eye, okay? Third eye says, what's the meaning of this? This situation, let's say, in life, or this event happening, what's it telling me? That's the third eye of wisdom. It's not some physical thing where your physical eyes open, you get a physically eye. No. You still have two eyes like all other human beings, but the third eye is the eye of insight. Okay? So, back to the essence of this class. Remember, 4 minutes ago. Essence and expansion. Okay? So, it can be compared to a tree or an acorn. An oak tree is huge, it's expansive, it's full of fruits and flowers and leaves. Animals are supported by an ecosystem, but it began with a tiny acorn. The essence of that tree is in the acorn. Who will deny that? No. The acorn is small, incognito, insignificant, but it has the blueprint for a whole tree. So, I, the soul, and the seed, my thoughts, words, and actions create my destiny, my drama. Right? Now, this picture here is the human world tree. And it has a variety of things contained in it. It has past civilizations, aspirations, ideals. It has a current situation, all in this tree. Now, in the past, life was simple, essenceful, and pure. It was a golden age. So let's focus on that. Golden age. So down here, there were these folks, right? They're shown with the crown of light. They're dancing. There's palaces and fruits and flowers. This is remembered as the ancient deity dynasty, golden age. So for thousands of years, people lived in peace and happiness. Can we even imagine that? Shall we? For a moment, visualize in time without war, without disease, without enmity. So that golden age, 5,000 years ago, gradually morphed, transformed over time into the Moon Dynasty. The Sun and the Moon Dynasty were both very beautiful times. The Moon Dynasty, a little less shiny, a little more population, but still very peaceful, very loving, peaceful time on Earth. Golden Silver Ages are past. Our ancestors and the myths and legends and stories of all cultures point to that. Our ancestors were more lucid. They were more together. Our recent past, we'll go into that later. These days, people make fun of their ancestors. No, their ancestors, they were backwards. They ate oatmeal and they plowed in fields and they were stupid. We're smart. We got cell phones and prefab junk food. Yeah, we're cool. We know what our ancestors worked too hard. Second half, the past 2,500 years, it's his story. It's a male-dominated world. It's very forceful, energetic, very selfish, very violent. We had things happen. We had Buddha, we had Abraham, we had Christ, Guru Nanak, and Islam, and all the gurus, and all, East and West. Many people came, they tried to start something, to teach something, to preach something. But that golden age had gone. The level of power and peace and purity in each one of us had started to decline, see? As we take birth and rebirth over all many generations, many hundreds of years, becomes thousands of years. And after 2,500 years of golden age and silver age, we enter the copper age. There's a lot of tarnish, a lot of starts collecting on the soul. Individually, collectively. But it's a very fascinating time. The seeds of the world's philosophies all begin. We start searching, we start going on pilgrimages, we start writing books and scriptures, but we seem to be getting further and further away from our original roots, our golden age and internal spiritual power. We look externally for it. Then we reach a time where everyone's in prison. They're imprisoned by debt, by entertainment, by addictive thinking, by addictive everything, imprisoned by vices, lust and anger and greed. It's no one's fault. It's not to be judgmental. It's just a part of life. Those golden age deities, those one-time divine beings, gradually take birth and rebirth, golden, silver, copper, and now we're at the Iron Age. We got rock stars, we got steroids, we got fast cars, but a meaningless existence at the end of the day, an emptiness. No ability to sit still and experience one's own bliss. Only stimulation from something external. So the essence is that everybody is on the upswing. Why? Because after it reaches its fullest expansion, all the tree of humanity has gone from golden, silver, copper, iron, and each religion goes through its golden age and silver age and copper age, right? Look at our friends, the Christians, my friends. They started out with one faith, and it branched into diversity. There's so many churches and so many different theologies based just on the Christian thing. Buddhism, no less. It's all diversified. It's filtered down through different cultural predispositions and superstitions. The essence of it is become expanded. Remember, we started this with essence and expansion. Essence and everything has an essence, which is power. Power in the simple. When it gets interesting, no doubt. Wow, look at the world. So amazing. Wow, you can study it forever. Never figure it out. Who is the seed of this human world tree? Each soul has a part within this. My past, my future is different than yours. My view of things is different than yours. But who is the seed? Who knows the past, present, and future? Who sees the flow of time? The seed of that tree. The seed is incorporeal. Supreme Soul. Bodiless soul. I'm in the body. I'm filtered through my own filter. I'm trying to my best to share, but it's still filtered through my language, through my style, right? But the Supreme Soul is not limited by any of these things. Just a point of light. Never attaches to a body, a name, a form. Supreme Soul remains liberated. In religious belief, many people are like, I am God. Which is kind of revolutionary. Isn't it cool? Like everyone's looking for God. And then the enlightened sages, I am God. And what do people do? Oh, you're God. And they worship him. And he lets them. But God would never do that. God says, children, it's okay. You can be you and I can be me. It's okay that we're different because we could still be. You need two to tango. Yoga implies union, communion, connection. Meditate comes from the same word as meditare, to heal, right? To heal. If we're already God, there's no sense in meditating. People, I am God. What do I need to do? That's arrogance. That's ego. It sounds nice at first. It's a fun thing, like when you're searching for hundreds of years and you finally, okay, I give up the search for God. I am God. And people love it. They love the gurus who write that kind of thing in the books, but it's bullshit. I'm sorry. I hate to be. I'm getting a little emotional. Maybe because in the past I was one of those, I'm making up for this. But God is quiet. God is still. Doesn't need to preach. Doesn't need to teach. Just bees. The incorporeal, the seed of this human world tree. The incorporeal God. The center. That's why the people who are roots of the tree, right? They've left the old world. So sitting there below, right? Their main focus is their quality time with beingness. They're not worried about how the world's going, where the consumerism is leading, where the whole paradigm, the nuclear war, natural. That's not an issue for them. They've got timeless. See, at the top of the tree, after 5,000 years, it grows from golden age to this iron age, this Kali Yuga. Look at it. It's so diversified. The core empty. The core is empty. The trunk is rotten. People look nice on the outside, but you get to know they're empty inside. Empty. It's the same way in the whole world. It's from the outside, it's like, wow, it's amazing. In outer space, you zoom in, look at this place. But you go and then you find it's lacking something. Right? So at the top of the tree, you have the purification process. You have earthquakes, floods, there's a big tidal wave on one side, a nuclear war, natural calamities. Human beings cannot destroy the world, but they only destroy what they created. Their factories, their cities, their armies, their weapons, their bombs, their theology, the bodies they inhabit, they destroy them. But life on earth cannot be destroyed. And the Father of souls, the Supreme Parent, some people get upset when they hear, the Parent of souls is just a point of light. Peaceful point of light. So yoga means to remember God in that way. Now, I've rattled on a lot, but I've said many things. Hopefully I pressed some buttons at least, stirred up something. Love to talk with you more if you like, but I'm going to close this down. This is one of the most tricky lessons. It's more advanced than yesterday's. But basically, the seed of the world tree is incorporeal God. Another word for seed is Shiva. One. Echoed in the words Jehovah, Allah, throughout many ages. One God, many souls, many children. One supreme parent who gives us knowledge of ourselves. It's okay. It's no one's fault. It's all good. The future is good because the future will be our past. From expansion, we go back to the essence, okay? For those who have stuck with me the whole time, very few have actually, I see a few pictures people come and go. But from expansion, we got the essence again. After 5,000 years, the tree gets old, decayed, and is destroyed. It self-destructs. And then from the seed again, from the power, it grows again. We have a golden age on the way, folks. Immediate past will be washed away. Our core is peaceful, pure, and happy. This is information that comes from the mind of God, that point of light, the seed of the human world tree. It's one of God's titles. The seed, the human world tree. Okay, thank you for being here, allowing me to share this knowledge from the Supreme. Don't sweat the small stuff.